Cast with meteorologist Ashley Ruiz.
Good Tuesday morning, friends. 8:16 and all eyes are on Hurricane Delta, which is forecast to become a Cat 4 hurricane before taking aim toward the Yucatan Peninsula near Cancun and then Cozumel as well. It's currently 370 miles east-southeast of Cozumel, and if you look very closely, you can see a very distinct eye right there. So this is textbook rapid intensification. It is now on the verge of becoming a Cat 3 hurricane if it hasn't already. The hurricane hunters are flying through it. They found winds of 107 miles per hour and dropping pressure of 957, which would make it a Cat 3 hurricane. So we'll see with the new update from the National Hurricane Center. They come out with a new track at 10 o'clock, which will be on brproud.com and on the free BR Proud app with the latest. But the latest, as of this morning, the latest track brings it near the Yucatan Peninsula sometime tonight as a Cat 4 hurricane before entering the Gulf of Mexico, where it will likely weaken just a little bit because of land interaction. But then it's entering a very ripe environment for some further intensification. Likely going to reach its maximum intensity in the central Gulf of Mexico, possibly as a Cat 4 hurricane, before it begins its journey to the northern Gulf Coast, where it should weaken a little bit by then. It will encounter some wind shear as well as some drier air along with some cooler sea surface temperatures, but it is still forecast to make landfall along the coast of Louisiana sometime Friday night into early Saturday morning. But the timing, the track, and intensity can change and will likely change in the coming hours. But the cone of uncertainty includes the Texas-Louisiana state line, possibly all the way to the Mississippi Gulf Coast as well. But then beyond that, the cone expands, and that includes all the way to the Florida Panhandle. So it's looking more and more likely as though we will have a landfalling hurricane here in Louisiana. So walking you through some of the components I was telling you about. So it is entering a more favorable environment in the Gulf with very low wind shear, if any. And then as it moves toward the northern Gulf Coast, that's where it's going to encounter some more wind shear. That's where it should begin to weaken, but still expected to be a Cat 3 at landfall, perhaps, or a Cat 2. And then after that, of course, it will be on land, so it will rapidly decrease in terms of its intensity. As for sea surface temperatures near the northern Gulf Coast, we have 70s instead of the 80s and 90s, that's what we're seeing in the central and southern Gulf. So walking you through the European model, it has a potential landfall on that western side of the cone towards southwest Louisiana Saturday morning, and then the GFS model has the same, except it's a little earlier and in central Louisiana. So you're starting to see the models are really coming in agreement, and they've been remarkably in agreement this entire time, possibly making landfall near Vermilion Bay, Atchafalaya Bay, or Morgan City sometime, again, Friday night into early Saturday morning. But you see a few outliers. There's still time for it to shift to the west or east, but all in all, again, Louisiana is looking more and more likely that we will have a landfalling hurricane. So the National Hurricane Center is saying that there's nearly an 80 to 90% chance for tropical storm force winds here in the capital city, with the most likely time of arrival near the coast Friday morning, inland Friday evening, but as early as Friday morning. But the timing, that could change, as well as the potential rainfall estimates. Of course, this is based on the latest track as of 4 a.m., but we could see 4 to 5 inches of rain with some locally higher amounts, especially if we get caught under some of the rain bands. But the exact impacts that we could see are to be determined, the magnitude of impacts, but plan on wind, storm surge, coastal flooding from the storm surge, and heavy rain. And again, timing of impacts could be late Thursday into early Saturday. But again, prepare now while the weather's quiet, because it's going to be a gorgeous and quiet day. You see wall-to-wall sunshine right now, 60 degrees. Will warm up to around 84 degrees with some coastal showers out there. So, of course, you can always find the latest on brproud.com. Later in the newscast, I'll have another update for you, and then we'll have another update from the National Hurricane Center at 10 o'clock. So your 7-day forecast is going to look like this. Few showers today, mainly near the coast. Wednesday, 20% chance for rain. Winds will likely pick up on Thursday. Possible Delta impacts, especially Friday night and into Saturday, and then beyond that, conditions will improve, of course, and we are looking at potentially another cold front next week. Let's get another check on the traffic situation.